Kang cakap punya panjang, tak record.
Ikut.
Okey. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Okay. So this is basically the second interview session, which is after Shakir. Alright. Okay. First of all, can you give me your full name, Hazmi?
Okay, my full name is Muhammad Hazmi bin Muhammad Yazid.
And okay, now I move on to the section A, okay, on this part. Okay, so first, what's your age?
I'm 25 years old this year.
Okay, your gender,
I'm a male. Okay.
male. Okay, what is your level of study?
Um, my level of study is bachelor degree, but now I'm pursuing my study in Masters of Accountancy in UiTM Shah Alam.
And this will be your last semester, right, for your master?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so in terms of your field of study,
My field of study is mainly in accounting.
accounting. All right. Which university are you currently attending? So that one is basically UiTM, right? UiTM Shah
Yeah,
Alam.
UiTM Shah Alam, yes, correct.
Okay. So now, how long have you been using e-wallets?
I think during my diploma time, which is maybe like in 20 during 2020 or 2021. Since then,
So maybe around 5 to 6
five
years
years,
already.
5 to 6 years, yes.
Okay. So which e-wallet application that you use most frequently?
I think my main e-wallet apps, which is with might be Touch and Go and Shopee Pay.
That's my Shopee Pay. All right. How often do you use e-wallet? Daily, several times a week, weekly, or occasionally?
I would say daily,
Daily.
daily, yes.
Okay. And for what purpose do you mainly use e-wallet?
The main purposes, I think, of course, food purchase, bill payment, of course, my phone, internet bill, and also when do groceries. Also, I use e-wallet sometimes, and I think online shopping will be the most suitable reason, the main
Okay.
reason.
Because just now you mentioned that you use Shopee Pay frequently, so of course this somehow related to online shopping as well, right?
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
Okay, so next, do you receive any regular financial support?
Okay. Since I'm still student, so of course parents will be my main support, and also I have currently I am a, what I would say, part-time employment as a contract lecturer. So that will be my second income or financial source.
Right. Okay, now we move on to section B. Okay. Okay, the first question. Can you describe your overall perception of e-wallet as a payment method? What comes to your mind when you think about e-wallet?
Okay, at the first place, I think e-wallet is something like you pay something or pay bill, okay, through online platform, which is you digitalize it. So I think at the first place, I think it will be hard to understand. It will be a lot of regulation, and there will be also hard to access by the elders lah, because we need to keep up with the modern technologies and the current system that set up by government and so on. So I think at the first place, I thought that will be the e-wallet will be a hard thing to be learned and to apply.
I do get that part. But that one that you just mentioned is now for the elders to use, right?
Yeah,
But for those who are younger generation like us, will be different scenario, right?
yeah. I think it will be we can adapt faster, but I think it will be still it will be a hard time to process for such a new thing like this.
Okay. Next, how do you think e-wallet have changed the way students manage their financial transaction? Has it changed your spending habits, or do you think like financial transaction is easier or becomes more difficult?
Yes, I think it will have changed me personally because when you use e-wallet, you have more access to anything you want to buy. So I think it makes me encourage me to spend more because everything is one by using one touch, one tap buy, so you can easily purchase some things online. Can so right. I think it encouraged me to be not particularly manage my spending lah. I be more spending more. I'll be encouraged to buy something that actually not a necessity, but because I have e-wallet, okay, I have the features like pay later, so that make me encouraged to buy something, buy more, spend more than I ever afford. So yeah, that changed me quite a lot.
Okay. So your spending habits become would say aggressive somehow, and then
Yeah,
in terms
quite
of
aggressive. Yes,
financial transaction, would say easier because
of
everything
course.
is like a click of a hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next, what do you see as the main advantage of using e-wallet? Is it because of convenience, speed, accessibility, or financial tracking?
I think okay, convenience, of course, number one, because you can pay anything or pay your bills, pay your online shopping whenever you are. Okay, you might be laid down at your room, you may be um, anywhere that not particularly at the physical store, right? So
Mhm.
I think the first one is convenience. Number two, of course, financial tracking, as some application offers features like they summarize how you're spending on what you are spending for, and it somehow made you can organize your spending for the next month, right? So I think that's financial tracking, and also accessibility, which is as long as we are eligible to apply for e-wallet, and then we can register. So I think that will be easier.
Okay. How you compare this e-wallet with traditional payment method like using cash or maybe debit card? Which do you prefer and why?
And of course, if you ask me what e-wallet versus cash payment, I would say I would prefer e-wallet because e-wallet is now is a trend. Okay, like even small store or maybe like sell food seller who sell food their food at the sidewalk, have a small stall like a burger stall. They have their own on QR. So I think it's more convenient today, as per today. I prefer e-wallet than cash payment because uh, we tend to lose our money when it becomes physical. Okay, maybe our money can be ripped, it can be stolen, right? If we lose our our wallet, we will lose our cash money, right? But if
mm,
we lose our phone, it will be stolen. We can control it. We can contain that risk by contact the bank to
mm.
lock down to lock the account. So I think in terms of security, in terms of convenient, in terms of easy to use, I think it will be preference for the e-wallet.
Okay. So, in your opinion, what role do e-wallets play in the daily life of university students today? Considered as essential or optional?
I would say, in my opinion, I would say it is essential because, as I say, e-wallet is a trend. It's a
Mm,
great trend right now. It's not only useful in Malaysia but also in other um, foreign countries as well. And because e-wallet involves technology, so this our future generation should be able to use. At least all university students should be able to use e-wallet because e-wallet is very hard to be learned by the eldest right now. So when they grow up and they are become, they will be eldest one day, they still can cope with this type of technology. So at least I would say this is essential because e-wallet will be a long trend. I would say it will be forever trend in terms of payment.
okay. All right. So we move on to the next part, section C. And this basically on this section, this is actually to understand the factors influencing student adoption and the reason of why they continue using this e-wallet. So the first main question is, can you tell me how you first started using an e-wallet and what motivated you to try it? Was there any specific event or reason in that time, that particular time?
Yes. When the first time I heard about uh, e-wallet is when me and my friend order food at I would say at FNB, KFC. I think at KFC. So at that time, I pay using cash money, but my friend pay with e-wallet. So I asked him, why you paying using e-wallet? What do you get from e-wallet? And he said he get cash rebate. And so I think, yeah, if I pay for nothing and he pay for rebate, I think rebate is more preferable as a student lah, because we need to manage our financial, right? So yeah, that motivate me because of that cash rebate, and it happened because me and my friend um, about to pay our lunch at KFC.
Okay, so that's basically what motivate you, and those are the specific reason uh, or event, right? Okay, so moving on to the second question, which is actually I want to ask this, but I guess you already answer, but maybe you can give another point or maybe one or two more point. Like the question is on factors influence your decision to adopt a new wallet, and you already mentioned about you getting the rebate or maybe cashback and also considered as a recommendation by your friends, right? But
Right.
is there any other factors that influence you to use this e-wallet?
Okay, I think other factors will be ease of use because um, when you trying to pay when you paying something using e-wallet, you just simply click your QR scanner and then you scan the seller QR and then everything just go done. Everything just done. Instead of cash payment, they need to calculate that cash. They need to put uh, you know how types of the money, which like 5 ringgit in 5 ringgit column, 10 ringgit in 10 ringgit column. So it will be quite timely, and it makes cashier have a lot of things to do when they are at work site. But when you're using QR, as for cashier, you just need to put the certain number, and then customer just uh, pay, and then everything's done. Just give receipt. As for customer, I think that will be more easier, especially when there is like send in your receipt. So you need to find your uh, some pennies, and even for for 10 cents, if you're using as a man using a wallet that no compartment for shillings for coins, so it will be frustrated a bit. So
Yeah.
a wallet is easier.
Yeah, I do get the point because sometimes, yeah, when you want to pay using a cash and then the transaction involving sins in the
Yeah,
transaction, it will be difficult for the customer to looking for the sin, especially for those who have dompet or wallet, but they don't have a sin compartment in their dompet or purse, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, next, what motivates you to continue using e-wallets today? Is it because of habit, reward incentive, or maybe time saving benefits, or maybe because of the integration with other services?
Well, I will say, okay, habit is I think is number one, because I've been using e-wallet for 5 years or 6 years now. So I think I don't need to bring cash. So it will be a quite good habit, because it reduces risk of losing money, and also reward incentive. And as you go to as when we look at online platform, um, like Shopee, they give a lot of free gift, free shipping, a lot of vouchers. So that will be attract and motivate to continue using e-wallet, and also integration with other services, like when we are using we pay for that particular online e-wallet using card credit. Sometimes some card credit will give you rebate as well at the end of the month. So that will be good integration, and that motivate me to continue using e-wallet.
Okay, so now, how do people around you influence your use of e-wallet? Is it your friend, family members, social media, or like the university environment itself?
I think number one is of course friends, and because in university when my friend pays for the food, he pays for everyone, and then we need to pay for him. We need to pay to him back lah. So my friends, they are prefer uh, us to pay by e-wallet or online transaction instead of giving them cash. Because they think they don't want to keep cash money. So that's what influenced me to use e-wallet, because of nowadays no one I think a lot of people don't want to save cash money because of easy to use e-wallet.
Okay. All right. So next, how important are security and trust when deciding whether to use an e-wallet? What makes you trust an e-wallet provider?
um I think I what made me trust e-wallet provider, because the features of security, or maybe like the in their terms and condition, they have a lot of act like data security. So when that kind of e-wallet uh, have that kind of act, so it make me feel safe, feel um, I think I can put my money in there. I can use their e-wallet application more safely and trustfully and truthfully. Yes.
Okay. So, are there any features of e-wallet application that encourage you to keep using them? Is it because of maybe the interface is user friendly or reward program, budget tracking?
I think I will say reward program because some e-wallet they are rewarding their loyal customer with some offers like maybe 50% off in you know shoes or some other fast food shop, right?
Mm,
And some offers like discount for vacation, and so that's how they are rewarding their loyal customer. And I think that will be um, so attractive and encourage me to keep using them.
okay. All right. We moving on to the next part, section D. Okay, so this basically challenges as you stated with e-wallet usage. Okay, so the first question, have you experienced any difficulties when using e-wallet?
Yes, of course. And I think the most problem faced by any e-wallet user is internet connectivity problems. Okay, especially um, when we are purchasing something in rural area, or maybe our internet provider is not have access in that particular area, and it will be difficult for us to pay for our food or bills lah. I think that's not the wallet issue, but that is internet provider issue. But it's interrelated. So I think that will be frustrating with internet connectivity problem.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Okay. What concern do you have about using e-wallet? Is it security, privacy, fraud, or maybe data protection?
Um, the most concern, which is of course data protection, because to use e-wallet, we must scan our identification card, put our private information in there. So of course, data protection is my main concern, and also security. You know, when they are holding our information, private information, there is a risk that it will be leaked to um, unauthorized people. So data protection and security is the main concern.
The security. Right. Okay. Can you share any negative experience you have encountered while using e-wallets before?
Yes, I think it will be delayed refunds because as when I purchase something in I would say Shopee, and the items that I purchased did not meet my expectation, and I went to refund. And even it has been approved by the seller, but to get the money back into my wallet will be take a few time of period. And so I think that will be the challenges, because instead of I can repurchase, I need to invest, I need to spend more in the meantime, in while waiting for that refund money to be written in my wallet.
Nah, okay, nah, I get your point. So which mean if you don't satisfied with the things that you purchased before, and then like to make you already have make a refund, the seller already authorized the transaction, which means they will give you back your money, but it take few days, right, to wait for the money to turn into your e-wallet account.
Yeah,
But during the time,
especially
you need to go and find any other things that you want to buy, right? Because you
yeah,
don't satisfy with
especially when
the
the
thing.
item is urgent to use, and
Mm,
instead of I can repurchase um, the new item immediately, and then it
Mm,
will be time consuming.
thank you. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, next. Are there situations where you prefer not to use an e-wallet and why?
Um, okay. I think situation. Um, when we are purchasing something with some quite older seller or some rural in the rural area, like it's not like physical store at the city, just stall that maybe like if their seller they sell something in front of their house, okay, and the seller is quite old, so they are not familiar with this um, particular e-wallet, okay, like they are selling nasi lemak, they are selling some kuih. So this type of people and type of seller, old and own business, they are not familiar with QR code or this e-wallet lah. So they prefer cash, and I will personally pay cash for them to be easier to have transaction lah.
All right. Okay. Okay, next. All right. Okay. What barriers might prevent students from fully adopting e-wallet? What do you think?
Mm, I think as a student, there will be financial constraint, okay, because student they know how to benefit the like cashback, the vouchers, but as a student, they have a lot to think about their study costs, yeah, and there's things that they need to buy during the study, like textbooks, like their stationaries. So I think to use um, like e-wallet to purchase that kind of like shopping, like Shopee, like online platform shopping, it will be difficult because you know students don't have any other source of income unless from their parents and their study loan. So I think that will be limit their use in e-wallet. However, uh, I believe student nowadays going to purchase their necessity in study using e-wallet, but not fully or not aggressively, yeah, because they don't have any other income other than parents and loan.
Okay. All right. Okay. What improvement would you suggest making e-wallet more useful and accessible for the student? Is it in terms of the futures in e-wallet, security, or what do you think? What is your opinion, Lucy?
I think it should be financial education because students are easily would be trapped by the risk of
Mm,
overspend in their e-wallet usage. So I think they need to be educated by like financial advisor or any trusted financial advisor, because e-wallet is a I think it's a threat for student actually, because when you have more access you tend to spend more, and student have a little or I think intermediate and low level of financial literacy. So when they get a lot of money from their study loan, they tend to buy something that not necessity because they have access. So without financial education, they might be overspending, and in the end, they don't have enough money to survive at the end of semester. I think that will be the main improvement lah, which is we need to educate them.
Mm. So which mean for the e-wallet providers, they should include this financial education things in their app. So as we could say as a reminder for the student and for the students to have a little bit of knowledge so that they become more would say precautious before spend, right?
Yes, I think there will be one of it giveaway lah.
Okay, okay. Now we moving on to the last section. So the first question is there anything else about e-wallet usage that you think is important but has not been discussed yet?
Yes, I think the security concern that student might not um, see as important, which is how their private information is being managed. Okay, I think for me personally, the best security which is it would be touch and go because they have features of eKYC or e know your customer, and that features will protect you from scammers, from fraud, from risk of leak information data. So I think this will be important thing to discuss because e-wallet, there is a lot of e-wallet in this world, okay, and there is a lot that try to entering Malaysia, but I believe not all not all approved by Malaysian government instead of security. So I think if we want to register any e-wallet, we must think about their security features and two-step verification and so on.
Okay. What advice would you give to e-wallet providers who want to attract more student users?
I think they should provide student offers. Okay, of course they have discount for like drink, food and beverage, but I think they will be more attractive for student if they can buy purchase something that related to their study, but with double vouchers or discount, which is discount for user and discount for students. For example, if they want to buy textbooks, okay, registered textbook, so they can apply two vouchers, okay, maybe like promotion vouchers and student vouchers. So this not also not only going to encourage in using e-wallets, but also encourage in um, attract student to continue their study because e-wallet providing this kind of benefit to student. Okay, so this I think will be also not only benefit in their uh, sales of e-wallet features, but also increase the customer, which is increase student to apply e-wallet.
Okay. So the last question is, what advice would you give to students who are considering using e-wallets for the first time?
Okay, for the first timer, I think it will be know your budget. Okay, because um, of course when we have like quite free access in buying something using e-wallet, but we need to think about our expenses um, when we are study. We have a lot thing to pay. Okay, not only our registration of study costs, but also activities that we are going to pursue in your semester. Maybe you're going to trip. Maybe you're going to ada what site visit or company visit. You have a final year project. We have a lot thing to print. Okay, so I think you should plan your budget You should separate money for student, for study first, and then the remaining or the excess money you can use for the e-wallet, and then you can enjoy the benefit for e-wallet, but not too don't be too aggressive.
Okay. All right. I think that's all for today's interview session. And thank you so much, Hazmi, for uh, for spending your time with me
Ya, ni tak
for
payah
this
lah. Ni bukan
this
siapa tahu.
interview session. Okay.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes.
So I'll end this interview session. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, sir.